Ooh, it's a bit chilly, but a bit warmer than the last couple of weeks. It was warm at the start of this week, really warm, around 18 degrees, and it was 30 degrees in the polytunnel. Had to open the vents because of the chives growing in there, and also the succulents. Also had the sea potatoes in there at the start of the week, but it got taken over. No, not taken over, brought over here. Sorry, wrong words. Taken over here into the shed, but then now they're in the ground. So this is the so welcome. This is the March tour 2019. Everything's starting to warm up a bit and get a bit more, feeling a bit more spring lately. Sorry, I don't have the glasses here, but sorry, I just forgot my words then. But like, everything's starting to feel more spring. I'm feeling the vibes of being down here more. Like, I need to be here. Like everything's gonna happen good this year. It doesn't make sense, I don't know. So my words are a bit muddled up today. But so this is gonna be short, this intro, but we're gonna go outside, surfing, but I've changed the plot a bit, the plans of the beds where everything's gonna be grown because of some different changes, and like because of the changes in between what's going indoor the polytunnel and outdoors, because of how the varieties are, because I didn't check the label properly, I admit that, but also some changes in design and also some new ideas coming for this year. So let's pop outside. Okay, from over here, there's nothing new here yet, but the ideas will be different. So right now there's a seating area, and as you can tell in the background, someone stuck on the plot beside me. I already know who he is, I met him, but Mr. Barry, this is going to be a seating area. It's cut off by the edging board here. We're going to have another one come here, so it's a bit cut off there, but I'm just going to sit on the chair. It's going to be stay there. I'm going to get a new table for outside. We may change that table actually to one with like slits so the rain can more easy to get out of the table. And so right now there's a pot, two pot flowers. One's sweet potato pink cupid, the one in the bigger one, and this one is I think primrose. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, primrose pheasant eye. I bought that from B&Q just to give it some colour. This one should grow, I don't know. It's sweet peas, I don't know what's going on. I've never grown sweet peas before, so I don't know. They don't work out to sew something else into it, but idea is this is going to move soon into like this area or near it, so there's like a potting area where I put flower pots around the big one, so that won't go around that one. Even though it's a big square, I want to get a circle one because I'm going to get a huge container from, I think it's Amazon, for £61, and I'm going to turn it into a pond. So right now the coat is jigging around. Stop moving. But it's going to be a pond here with some aqua plants, a solar pump which is inside the shed, because I did have a pond here before, but it kind of broke. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if I actually told you that, but so this here is the herb bed. I actually have two more online there, two more edging boards to finish this off. So that's my task for today. One of my tasks for today. Well, the only task I have for today because it's been raining. I can't cut the grass, and I don't know if there's anything else I've actually planned to do this weekend because it's not really for sowing and stuff. I may just move some brambles about today, but that's it. So now we'll finish off the herb bed, move the poles out, put them in, and then there you go, herb bed. Herb bed done. So here, that's still not going to be used, but I've had a new idea, because there's going to be a new idea for next year on the beds, the vegetable beds, these three, so this one, and this one, the other one on the end, not this one. This is going to be a wildflower bed, so this bed here, which is covered with weed suppressants and put the old apple tree on broken bits on, that's going to be a wildflower bed, so just dash some seeds of wildflowers and they grow for the pollinators and stuff, which will help pollinate my stuff because they'll pollinate everything else. Right there's just going to be bramble storage with a wheelbarrow, because underneath there's some brambles and some weeds I cut out from the herb beds and I've left them there just to die off. And over here there's the incinerator ready to use to burn the brambles up to get rid of them all. This water butt broke, the one where it sat here where the stand is, it broke. because I stupidly dropped a concrete slab, pavement slab, which is all over here and stuff. So I moved this back onto the pavement slab I dropped onto it, so I can get the water put from here to there, so that all of it can connect. So they've got the water butt where the drain pipe will connect to the water butt, so the drain pipe will connect to the water butt will connect to the bin, so the bin will storage, but I'm going to get a tap for the bin when I get the water low enough, below the tap area. I've got a marker already, so when the water gets below this marker here, then I'll put a tap on a certain depth below, so I can drill the hole and stuff. So this water butt's going to be used as a compost bin for greenery. I'm going to get another compost bin, a little big one for... No wait, this one's going to be used for leaves. Hold on, to remember that. The other one's for greenery. This one's for leaves. That compost bin is just going to be left there for a moment, and then that's all just a mess. That's the old pond from what I was talking about earlier, which was actually here. Right now I'm using this as chuck water in, like what's not needed, but I want to fill this up so I don't fall in it. So I keep stumbling in that area when I come out of the compost and water section. So as of now, the beds have changed, the cropping scene. So if we go from this point of view, more easy to see the path. There's a path in the middle. There's two paths on this bed, but this one's got one. This side of the path, there are right now 2 rows of potato seeds planted. So this is the potatoes. Kestrel are the variety I'm growing this year. This polytunnel on this bed, not that bed, so don't get confused, so just try and section it off. This polytunnel is going to be for carrots. I'm going to do a zigzag type of system, I don't know yet, I may just do one line. I don't know how much space I need. But it is warm in there and dry. The air furnace is wet because of the rain. This here is, so the carrots are Autumn King 2. This here is peas. And that is Ambassador. I've got labels at the end. I don't know if you can see the white mist. There's one there. You can see that one, I can't see on this one. There, and then the potato ones are there. They're at the end of where they're in the centre of that row. They are. So the peas will go here, and hopefully they'll grow and decent and not collide with the polytunnel. But the polytunnel will be removed shortly later whilst they're growing. So they start off in there, and then after when they get a certain decent size, I'll take the polytunnel. Here is tomatoes. That's the thing what's changed. Originally the tomatoes were supposed to be indoors into the polytunnel, but since the tomato variety are mainly an outdoor variety, but they can be grown indoors, I heard. But the cucumbers I've got, so the tomatoes are Tiny Tim. The cucumbers, if I remember, are Telegraph improved. There you go. So I did remember there. They are just an indoor variety. They are tender. So I thought I'll put them indoors instead of saving the hassle of them dying outdoors. I'll put them indoors. They're not indoors right now because they're at home with the tomatoes in the windowsill where it's warmer than the polytunnel because it keeps dipping in temperature. So I don't have a heater yet in there. Here is the lettuce. So in this, between this path here and this path here, is the lettuce bed. There's going to be 2 rows of different lettuce, and I may intergrow a flower or something in the middle because of the polytunnel width. As you can see, it will have a little gap in there, so I may intersow something in the middle. But this row, there's 2 different varieties I'm growing this year. This one is Little Gem. They're going in before the other variety because the other variety doesn't have a polytunnel cover yet. So this one will be Little Gem. The other one is all the year round. I believe Little Gem is harvested before, so around September area I believe. The other one is harvested during winter, so that's a good thing. This is the trial bed. So each year my plan is to trial something, a vegetable, a new one, like a different variety I've never heard of before, or something just to test, like food and stuff. This year is parsnip. I've never tried parsnip, but I'll grow a little row here, maybe intergrow some leftover seeds of lettuce, or just do half a bed of parsnip and then half a bed of lettuce. I don't know yet, because I won't have a cover for that. Unless I get a cloche or something, and then I could just cover it up. So that's another idea. So that's another idea. I could do that. At the back will be parsnip, half the bed's parsnip, half the bed will be maybe lettuce, possibly. Need to look and see if that's allowed. If that's okay for companion planting. So there's another dip at the end of the bed. Here is the bed 3. So here, that's the path to the polytunnel. I'm going to keep that there. We're going to get edging between it and edging at the end to cut off the other path because it did get told off for getting dirt onto their path, which would be less once I start digging over, that's when I get the edging. But I won't be stepping on that plot anymore due to I've got a way out now. So just cut through there. I moved that there just to mark out where I'm going. But there. So as of now here, bed 4 framing, because that's no longer a vegetable bed, so it's just 3 vegetable beds. I mean, I want to talk about the bed design for next year. It'll be a block of sweetcorn and a pumpkin at the end. They will be sown. So the sweetcorn are a Gucio F1, can't actually remember the name, and the pumpkin I have no idea what the name is because I've literally just forgotten. The parsnips tender and true, but then like the polytunnel right now has not been in use, and although there's a succulent in there, Aloe aristata, and then there's also a seed tree of chives growing. The only thing is they haven't germinated yet. I don't know, I haven't checked in there, so I'll do that after the video. So today the tasks are just do the herb beds and maybe removing some brambles from the front, because the idea is to clear the front obviously, but also because I'm going to get a hardening off table, 6 foot long hardening off table, also to pot on things, pot on and do all flower potting and bulb planting outdoors, and also store the pots underneath. But then I'm going to have a manure bin at the front because I need to get manure in for next year. At the end of this year I'll order some manure. I don't know how to do that yet. So if you know any ideas of how do you get manure delivered to your allotment and stuff, just comment below. That'd be really helpful because I have no idea what I'm doing with that sort of stuff. And then I'm also going to plant 2 trees, fruit trees, apple and pear. They're the most 2 trees people eat in my home, so I thought I'd get apple and pear. Apple is the main general one. I did have an apple tree at the front, but since it got infected and also other things, I cut it down. But then I got the new idea to get a new one, but that'll be better. I'll keep it pruned well enough. So today is just going to get the brambles over, and as of talks, the birds are tweeting very loudly. As of talks of next year, my plan is to connect these 2 beds. So there's one huge bed, and then section off into beds that way. The idea is to have paths in between, so there should be 4 beds with 3 paths in the whole thing, if I do my maths correctly. So the whole thing will be connected through that, so that path will be dug up and connected to it, level out the whole bed, so there'll be one huge chunk but 4 different sections. So it'll be 4 beds, and then it'll be crop on either side of it, of each bed, or possibly one whole bed will be used as like potatoes will be going on one whole row. But like, they will be different things. There'll be 4 beds, and then that bed at the end. That bed at the end will stay the way it is. So I want it shorter that way, so I can easily access out. Also because I want a shorter version, separated from them. So this is going to be the wildflower bed, and now that's the idea. So this March, I'm just going to get this done, sort that out, basically. Get the brambles also down, burnt most of it, or some of it, because the incinerator's ready over there. I've got some already in it, but due to the weather and stuff, I don't know if I can. And also I need to do it late in the evening, so I'll come back by every now and again when it's a decent day after college and just chill out at the plot in the new seating area and burn some brambles in the incinerator, because my life's going to get more busy. So I've got the allotment, which my main priority is. Then it's college, so all the college assignments and all that work. So I'll just turn you around. So there's college, but now I'm also having to do work experience for college, because you've got to do 150 hours. I've done most hours due to trips, and also I did work experience before Christmas, but then then things changed and I had to do it at garden centre instead of at the college. There's a grounds team you could work with. So really, my life's going to get busy, but I will sort it out, obviously. I will get everything sorted out to keep on top of the weeding and everything. There's a little bit of weeding needed to do on the potato bed. But I hope everyone has a nice growing this year. I hope everyone is feeling the vibes I'm feeling. I know some allotment here, I've been watching videos, they can feel it, but they're not actually growing stuff like I am. I'm going to hold things back a bit more. So that's like... There's going to be a cut in that video, isn't there? But like, I may hold back the lettuce and the peas to the end of March, early April, but the other stuff, carrots, because it's in a polytunnel, may be okay to sow. Hopefully there's enough seed left over just in case it doesn't work, otherwise I have to buy another packet to make sure. If most of it doesn't germinate, I can just re-sow, just keep re-sowing until they do. And the parsnips, they should be okay. So really, that's all for the March tour. There will be a video next week for me when I sow the carrots, and maybe do some little bit of talking and updating. And then I'm also going to do some more videos later on, like tutorials and stuff during spring and summer. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful time, and hope March comes well. So see you next time. Cheerio.